Good evening, good afternoon, and good morning. I'm Brosmelin, and today we're doing some more SpellRogue because I feel like placing a Hazel run and doing something stupid because, you know, why wouldn't we? Now, last time we played and I did a Hazel run, I think we had a really good run. I think we've had like some really good runs with the Hazel recently, like in the past and stuff. So yeah, we're going to try and maybe repeat that and go nuts. I think we've had like a blessing run, we've gotten only sixes, and all that sort of jazz and things like that as well. What I would like to do though, is go maybe like a power scaling build this time around. So we're going to try it. We are going to try it. Still do Descent 2 if we haven't done it with Descent 2 on this one yet. Then maybe we'll have a look at some custom runs as well and setting those up. That'd be kind of interesting. So, we're going power run. Every third turn, gain a power. That seems great. We'll take the boots, I believe, on this one, as that is kind of what we want. On enemy death mark, enemies. That could be interesting. Blessing. No, we're going to go with the power gain. The power gain is what we want. So, I just want to, like, be a big, beefy Hazel as much as possible. Enemies start with 1 power per boss defeated. That could be good, that could be bad. At the end of turn 2, receive a fumble, so turn 3 we just get an extra lower die, which is not really that great. The extra gold, though, could be actually pretty good early on, and it doesn't actually do anything until later, so yeah, let's do that, right? I don't think it's all that bad. It could be the thing that kills me, but, you know. Hey-ho! So, what are we doing today? Where are we going? I guess we're going this way, taking this elite fight, and doing this elite fight as well. So we've got double elites. Yeah, seems like a great idea. Let's go there. Let's do that. Don't always take the extra gold then, but, you know. Yeah. I feel a bit silly today. Plus X to a random die and return die with half the value rounded up. So this is like really cool in the sense of like, I just add the die value now. Like I'm loving some of the changes they've done to the spells. I can't play with everything, but yeah, it's kind of cool. So yeah, like this rounded up, so obviously we won anyway. So that's a 6, which is cool. So we wait, we deal this, gain some armor, and do it again. Then we drop the 6 in to deal the damage. Twice. And then we lose the power. Shame. Yeah, I guess keep doing that. Like, why wouldn't you, right, at this point? Oh, I can't do those. Okay. But yeah. Oh, that's why. I can't put 5s. Guess we'll set up. Gotta remember how some of this stuff works, because, yeah. But yeah, that's, the main thing is I want, like, multiple hit attacks, I want to gain power on repeats, and then just have fun, I think, is the best way we're going. So, like, this would seem cool, but, you know, I'm not really much of a fan of it, really. And then we have Flourish, roll for 2 5s or 6s, and then +1 to a random spell. Interesting. Flourish seems kind of cool. I really want, like, a better defense. I got a good amount of stuff. Are we going to a shop at any point in this? No, we're avoiding shops. So I guess we got chances to re-roll then. So let's re-roll those. Gleaming Force is kind of nice. We have done this in the past and it is actually really good at just gaining that blessing to really ramp up die value. Javelin is kind of interesting, but not really. And Gleaming Exterior, I like it just because 6s and then gaining stuff, but I mean, this just makes use of my power gain a lot more easily, right? Like, I can gain power and then still trigger everything I want. So I can just gain all that here, then we just do 8 damage twice, and we're good. So I'll try and take this guy out. Lacerate on that. Not really what I want to see, but we can already get this going, so just do that. And I guess then we'll just do it again with the other guy. That way we get all the blessings triggering anyway. you know, to make sure that we can actually still do stuff. 3s and 4s. I do want a 6, so I guess we do that to try and get stuff going, which we do now have the option to be able to do. 5s don't really do much, so let's half that and overflow something else. We have our 6, so 1 power there, power there and defense, more power and defense, use this. And then I guess we'll just attack and get the kill. Foundation is actually a pretty good setup with this, right? Just gain a bunch of power for a turn and then just use it as much as possible. X damage to all enemies, kind of cool. X plus X defense, and F1, roll that. Yeah. +1 to random die 3 times. So if I put a 3 in here, the 3s get distributed across everything else as well. And then if I do, that's kind of good in a way. Or that twice, which is actually really good. Oaken's Self seems great, but I'm not a fan of it as a defensive option. Earthquake's kind of cool, just to be able to deal the damage to everything. And I just would do Shove and Even in there. Has the Blessing bonuses as well, which we could continue on playing with. To try and guarantee decent setup for later as well. And because it's to all, it really does benefit from the power gain as well, although this does double power gain. Do I go Blossom here? It's a new one, so yeah, let's go Blossom, why not? Take my shard. Now, what are we doing with this? Are we upgrading anything? Do we need to upgrade anything? I think having this, just to get more out of my stuff, could be interesting. Lowering that down and changing it, or targeting, is interesting. I'm thinking doing this and just doubling that up. Like, this would seem great as well, because then it just means I can get more of it with less triggers. But if I have lots of die, then I kind of want to be able to use it more often anyway, right? Or do this and change this to have the -1 to adjacent spells. And then I get the bonuses. Nah, just this is better, isn't it? Yeah. The thoughts in my brain are just like, I'm not too sure which is best, right? Like, I don't think I need damage overall and stuff like that, so just having stuff like this, being able to be triggered consistently, is a good idea. So I can just do this again as well, still get the 1, have the 3, then do this, 2, 2, 2 everywhere, like. And then I can just kind of like just repeat this on as much as I need to. Okay, so if I half this, this goes down to 2.5, then rounds up. So we'll do that. Into a 3, and then repeat this again. Nice, we land in really good places. And then we've got 4s, so 4 and a 4 and a 2, because we can't use that anywhere else. And I guess we do this to do it 5 times. I could use this, but why would I do that? And I can just get that going. And we might as well use a potion. What's that doing? Reckoning. Oh, look at that. Now this can just stay around until I need it to like actually trigger stuff. Again, so we'll do this, because 5 triggering that, then doing this. Helps with the overflow, creates more die. This is actually kind of really cool now. I'm doing a dumb thing, but the dumb thing is working out, and I'm going to have lots of die, lots of sapling die, and... this is not how I thought I was going to spend my day today, is doing dumb stuff. I don't want to get... Yeah, like, I just want to trigger this, and trigger it again. Get as much armor as I can, then we trigger this once. I guess trigger it twice. No, I guess we'll pass, because, like, I can't do anything else. Well, I don't want to do anything else. I want to keep these die here. They get the +2, isn't it? Or +1. This is kind of funny, though. So, like, the overflows getting triggered, getting lots of 6s and stuff is actually pretty cool. And again, like, doing this as well is still pretty good, because I can still, like, use the 3, kind of, right? Oh, I gave him more power. So we have 2 6s, we need a 4. I actually need 1s, really. Like, 1s and 2s will do fine, because I only got the power. Just don't deplete it for the power gain on there, right? Because that'd be a bad idea. Now we'll just guarantee some really good setup for next turn with the Gleaming Force, and I think we're good. So we should get the kill nice and easy. You know, with no trouble whatsoever. I will admit, having extra charges on this now is actually really good in the way that I want to be using it, right? Although I do want to turn 5s to 3s with this build. Like, that's kind of like the main thing I want. Right? But hey, I think we got a run on our hands even before we get to anywhere else, so this is kind of cool. So power. I do like a so power. And cast this if I gain a blessing, and it works already with what we have. That is actually really, really good. Blossom is too good to pass up. I just need to put this in then. So power goes in. We have the blessing triggers and the rolling and whatever, and like, yeah. I think we're in a good spot. Let's choose to gain a spell and see what we can find. X damage. Boulder Toss could be good again, because it does duplicate the trigger, but we'll re-roll these just so we can have. +1 to all die. Which for 4 could be good if you got 4 already. Or Terraform. Oh, if it's a 6, get +2 back. I do need more defense. I'll take Terraform. I'm thinking. I am thinking on that. Spill blood to gain an artifact. Lose my soothing solution, which is absolutely fine by me. Or lose gold. I'd take the soothing solution. I don't think I'm going to be using it anytime soon. And we got... Oh, that random artifact. So, every second turn we gain grow. Every third turn we gain power. Is that right? Oh, turn 2 we gain 1 grow. Okay. And then every turn we keep getting power. That's so good. That is like super, super good. That's brilliant. Let's set these up then. Oh, I need less than that, don't I? Ouch. Wow, that's another 3, so we can just do this again. Maybe that'll trigger some decent switches and stuff. Yeah, cool. So we can do that again, and we can half that. I think we just do this again, right? Oh, no, we can trigger this anyway. We got the 3, and we got 2 3s, so I can't, like, break them. That's great. So we have this first, do it again, and then do it once more. That's double 5. Gain power and power. And just deal 9 damage, right? For this guy here. Just take him out. And then we get the blessing. We have this triggering next turn. Could have used the power, but like, if I'm scaling power, I'm scaling power, right? Eventually, when we get the upgrade on this, we'll be laughing as well, because like, that will also trigger itself just by casting Gleaming Force, and that increases my scaling of everything else that I need, so I got a really good run. Let's do that on there. Maybe something will roll pretty good. Okay, I guess we're using a 4 here then. that goes there then. Do it again. I guess we're putting a 2 in here and then just using this twice. So 16. And again. Do we do it again? No, we don't need to. We're good. We have the grow. The grow is up. We gain the power. We gain the power. We're gaining power everywhere. Like, just... I am the Power Ranger. Fun play on words, guys. Fun play on words. I was going to say that I was going to hit every 3 it possibly can do, and every other thing. Yeah, let's do this again with this instead. I would like to get like 4s and stuff. That's the main thing I need, because 4s can be actually used. Put that there. Do it again. Do it again. We have enough 6s to have some fun, so let's do that. Oh, Hazel. You and that power gain are delightful. Ooh, 2 times damage. No, I want like damage time, not times 2 the damage, because, you know, bod maths, if you remember how that works. Although Consecrate actually is pretty good. For a 2, I get to just roll a 1 to a 4, which again can be pretty useful in what we're doing. And also gains me a blessing. But is that a bit too much with this build? Because, like, I don't need it with the attacks I have currently. I just need the defense, which this is kind of doing okay at. Blossom is pretty good. I just need, like, 1 decent defense card, and then, like, this one there is also pretty good because it'll cast itself automatically. Right? When I ever gain a blessing, I just cast this, and we can use this twice every turn anyway. Yeah, I think we just reroll these, actually. Spring into Action is one of my favorite defensive spells. Autumn Veil is kind of nice as well. Gives me extra die consistently. Fleeting Might is kind of interesting as well, just for swapping out stuff. I think Spring into Action is really good. And between that, then it kind of cancels out the foundation, and then we just rely on triggers from other stuff, right? Does the same job. I think so. And then we just put this in here for the auto cast, and then we're good. And then Terraform fills in that last hole, or Foundation does, depending on what we want to go with. I still gain spells. We're just gonna max life now and just make sure we're stable. Yeah, let's go max life. Just stabilize a little bit. I think that's a good plan. But yeah. Okay. So what are we doing first? Well, if we got this going up, then we're just putting this into something and then going from there. Many 6s. Nice. Not what I wanted. I guess we're sacrificing a 4 then. Finally. And just like, sacrifice a 5. That's all I need to do. Just sacrifice a 5 to give me the small stuff consistently. Okay, and we rolled a 4 on that. So now it doesn't matter about using this. I'm only using it for defense and stuff. If we've got defense to actually put up. I need to upgrade this as well, though. That's the main other thing. So, like, I can just get, like, 3 defense and so on and so forth. I think I still use this. Cool. It rolled quite nicely. So I can gain, like, 9 defense here. So we should still do that. And then, I guess because we don't really want to use this, we want to gain power, so we're just going to use this instead. Put that in here, and then drink my potion to make sure we have lots of foresight for next turn with lots of dice. And we're just going to try and one-shot you. How delightful. So before we start, use the 5 to do that. Get another 5 back. Use that. I'll get rid of all my 3s, hopefully. If it does, we got some 5s that can generate from that anyway. Do the same again. Had to land on the 3. And look at that, we got a full amount of dice to use. So, starting off, attack. A 4 for defense, another 4 for defense. And I guess we'll use a 2 for defense. And then we're using a 5 for the gleaming to trigger that as well. Then doing 16 damage. We're going to do it again. And then I guess we're going to do it again. I guess we'll chuck the 5 in here because it gives 6 back anyway, which will trigger all of these. And also generate another sapling die. I do like the way the blessing works now. It increases the next die roll by 2. I think it's a lot better than where it was before by increasing like all of them by 1. Just far more interesting in the long term, right? Anyway, we win. So yeah, so spring into action needs to go up if we can get it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. An extra die would be delightful on even rolls. Extra die. We'll gain 15 fury. Well, we are power scaling though, but no, we gotta I can roll once here. Sap, don't like that. Yeah, anyone can have 1 power. I'm okay with that. Hopefully we should outscale them quick enough. Gain power and that per block and then remove block. Interesting. Bloom Bolt again. Well, this was one of the ones we had with such good fun times last time. Solidify though. That seems kind of cool. And spending 2 blessing to gain a fortify. I actually like this for my build. Like, it really does work exactly the way we want it to. Plus the fortify and the power scaling. Like, this is actually the next bit that goes here then. Okay, so we need 2 more thingy-wobbies. During boss battles, enemies start with 1 power. During the first strike, when an enemy is killed, take 25 damage. Every second turn, receive that. No, I guess we reroll these, except mighty bosses could be fine. I'll take mighty bosses. Okay, so I got a good amount of gold we can go and spend if we want to get some stuff. I want to face 1 elite if I can to try and get that. So we could go this way, get the ritual as well. So yeah, I guess we could early shot. Infuse scale seems kind of cool. Interesting. Whispering Sheep, kind of cool. Braying Blade, interesting again for power scaling and stuff, but no. Shall we try the Void Essence? And see if we can get that working. We'll try it. We'll take that anyway. Right? Spell Echo. And let's pick up an artifact. What can we get here? Odd turns, gain 2 power. Even turns, receive 3 poison. Sword of Pain. I'm not a fan of that, although it does fit in what we want. Every 10 spells depleted, roll a Glimmer die. Kind of cool. Every 20 spells cast, roll a die. Glimmer die is kind of cool, but I'd rather just get something better than that. So every second turn, split a random die into 2. That's actually kind of cool. Every 10 spells cast, deal 7 damage to all enemies. Every 10 spells, gain a blessing. I'll take the blessing gain. Thank you very much. Could have gone for this as well. Cast round spell, cast target spell, but nah. We're gonna have fun this way. We are gonna have fun this way. Okay. What is the plan here? Not to die is probably a very good start. So let's try doing that. Guess we'll use the 3s as much as possible. Nah, we'll just dump this in there. I was gonna say it lands on the 3 instantly. Cool, the overflow triggers. Let's do that. We got both of those. We can do it again if we wanted to, but we can't. We're just trying to get as much value out of these as we can with the this, because the extra sapling die is actually pretty good. Although it's probably the weakest spell in my repertoire at the moment. Had to go in there. Again, gain some more armor. Can't cast anything else off it, which is very disappointing. But we'll do some Gleaming Force. We'll do it again. And then 12 damage twice. Just to make sure that we don't die. Still unlock it triggers on my second turn, so we get the grow now. And the extra power. Thank you very much. I think we've checked the 4 in there, check that 4 in there, and do that again. Then use this. This game sometimes, it's just hilarious to me. It's just like it instantly has to pick the things I don't want it to pick. Yeah, that'll trigger off the blessing I gain randomly every time I cast like 10 spells, right? Yeah. That's also pretty good. So we'll do damage to one of you. This deals 18 damage, which I don't get any more power from anymore. But I can kill one of those other guys off, so we should do that instead. Let's do that. Let's kill that one off, then. And then kill that guy off. Okay, we can kill both. My brain can't do math. Like it does, but... Ooh. Wild Strikes. Wild Strikes. So Wild Strikes is the payoff card, but I can't target it. And I'm going to take it because I really want to have fun, so... I apologize, Twin Leaf. You were doing really well, but Wild Strikes has, like, the extra damage of an extra hit, which multiplies the power by 3. Is it good? Probably not. Lose an attack spell and gain it Devoted, which actually is probably pretty good. Frantic. Run out and gains 2 power every second turn. Sounds terrible. Lose a non-attack spell and gain 2 potions. I will actually do this. And I think Terraform is now not good enough. Actually, no, it still is. It still is, because it can trade for this. Is my thing, right? Because it is actually technically still good amount of stuff and can use 6s and things, maybe. Yeah, but I think Foundation goes. It's really good, I will admit. It's really, really good as a starting spell. Like, I like the fact they have reworked a lot. Target spells gains plus 2, 5, or 5 attack target. Gains plus 2 that. The Crisis Orb is actually pretty good. We are defensive reliant, so I'll take that. And let's face off an Elite. Yeah, the Crones. I love how they remind me of the Fates from Hercules, the cartoon series. It's just so good, like the thematic design of them sharing an eyeball. At least I'm assuming that's where they got the thematic from, right? I could be wrong on that. I'm happy to be wrong on that if it is, but I still think it's like, it's so good. Do it again. Nice. And then we'll put a 3 in here then. Then we'll trigger this once. Try and take this guy down. At least that's the plan. And... no, we don't need to do it again, because we just gain that if we reroll anyway, so... that overflows, that triggers, so now we can do it. Or we go for the Wild Strikes. We can do both. We can do both. 8 damage 3 times! Shame it didn't actually, like, trigger. We could play it again, but, yeah, 30 damage, so... is it just the front enemy? Oh, it's the front enemy. That's a shame. The very Dick Dastardly laugh. If people get that cartoon reference, they know how old I am. No, maybe. No, it's such a good cartoon show. I miss that. There are so many cartoon shows I really do miss, right? Because it was so good back in the day, and like nowadays, like I used to watch some of like the more newer cartoons that came out after, and I swear I felt like I was losing my mind, you know? No idea what it was, it just... I was looking at them being like, am I crazy? Are they crazy? Are we all crazy? Like, what's going on here? Is it me? It's not me, right? I got 2 6s, we have more 4s to get at least some armor from this. We can use this straight away to see what happens. Now we can kill the other guy off, that's great. And to be honest, I could just use this again for 30 damage, which actually is fine. And then, what, just gain some defense so I don't actually, like, take too much damage. I could use the potion, but, like, I'm gonna kill them next turn anyway, so I don't really want to do that. And I don't need to worry about Dreadstone, because I don't have it. I'm just in a reference mood today. Flourish again is kind of cool. We'll take Primitive Strike because it just sells some more at the moment. This will go here. I'll pick up the Solidify, and then all we do is just get this next for the upgrade and the Spring into Action. So we do need like a few more of those. So if I can get stuff, it'd be cool. Paint and Gold, get Volt Surge. Which just shifts it and shifts it back, and whenever it moves, it deals 5 damage to the front enemy. Lose max life, gain gold. Lose max life, gain a potion of Spike Seed. Heal 15. Oh, heal 15. Yeah, I'll take that. Gain the potion. Why not? A free potion like that is actually pretty good. I know I probably missed out on some of the cool stuff and things, but, you know, I do not mind. It was only if I could get this working I would do, otherwise we'll just get rid of it anyway. No one's doing any damage to me, so that's kind of fine, I guess. I guess we'll just set ourselves up for some, like, decent stuff. Got a 5, we have a 3, did not get another 5, so we'll try and see if we can create one. We do, so we'll do this then. At least will give me a 3. Go back into here. We're trying to be really efficient with what we can do. Then use a Gleaming Force then. I want a defense, so... Ooh. That gives me 9 block. And power, by the way. Power, by the way. I guess we're going to take this... No, this guy out first, because he's going to be summoning stuff, and I don't really want to deal with that. And then try and deal, like, 30 damage to something. This does round it up, so it is actually worth it to do that. And then just use this potion anyway? Nah. We should be good. 5s for rupture traps. Disappointed. What are these doing? Fade a spell. Oh, recharge. Interesting. So I have to kind of kill those off if I want to deal with them easily. Not happy about that. I kind of like that. It triggered like in the right way I wanted it to, but... That didn't though, so I guess we're doing this then. There we go. And do the 5. Put that somewhere. We need a 3 so we can use it immediately to deal 10 damage to kill that off. Now, I really should just kill these off immediately, but I do need defense as well, or we need to attack this and deal as much damage as possible to that thing. Decisions. I think we just set up this first, gain defense. And yeah, I guess we'll just gain defense, because otherwise I'm gonna have issues later and then play safe and just kill those guys off. Probably could have killed this, but I didn't fancy going for the gamble, and it's like, I should get good stuff anyway, right? Like, I can do 16 times 3, 48. Yeah? Which is not quite enough just yet, but we'll get there. Yeah, use this. Deal damage. Do it again. Now we have enough. Good old wild strikes. No room for a potion. Disappointing. Return a die +3, unrestorable, and appointed impact. Yeah, +6. So this is the thing where it's like, I don't know if that plus bit ever sticks around, and it just seems terrible to me to spend one blessing to get 6 damage. Although now the way that the spending works with the whole thing is actually pretty good. I might re-roll these to see if I can get something like really interesting. You know? Like, because that's what I really want. I guess we'll take the rampart. It's better than nothing. And manifold is not what we need, so we'll just skip. Yep. Do we care about anything else? Not really. Let's go here. Lose Void Essence craft key. Oh, I don't need to use the thing now anymore. Cool. How delightful. That's a change slightly for the better for me. Okay, what are we doing? What's the plan? How are we doing this? I can't put a 6 in there. I'm disappointed. I guess we'll just do this and try and trigger these to overflow and something decent. It did not. So we'll just do this. And then trigger our 3 again. Finally, you did trigger in something decent. Straight away, it's like, it's instantly going to land on the one I don't want it to. Into a 6. Into 2 4s. Cool. So we got some good defense. Nice. Defense. Defense. Do that and that for more defense. We're going to need more defense. I guess we do need more defense. And then we just trigger this twice to deal damage to something. And I guess we're gaining these thorns, because it's going to be good right now anyway, so yeah. And hold on to my sapling die. Oh no, he ignited me. What will I ever do? Actually, that's going to be annoying for that, so... Yeah, I am a little bit annoyed by that, but oh well. We'll have to deal with it. We will have to just deal with it. Again, we can just take 2 damage. Trigger all the stuff we need to. Got another 3 back. Do we have a 4? I do have a 4. Let's put that in there. Use this again. Put another 4 in there. I'm going to use a 5 and a 4 from that. Trigger this. Then apply my Gleaming Force. And do that again there. And then do it once more. Right? Is that right? Yeah. And then I guess we'll just increase something for 1 and then play that there. Take a bit of damage, but I can't really stop that anyway. Curse, terrible. But I had enough blessing, so... so good. But the main thing is, like, with the Blossom, it's actually working out really well, this build. Right? Which is strange to think about. Put that in there. Because I'm generating so many other die that I don't actually need to worry too much about, like, what's going on. I can just play whatever I want. It's like here I can just do this and the 5 to go there to actually get the armor I need to stop what's going on here. Still waste this here as well. A 5 and a 6 to just deal 19 damage to something 3 times. Now we save ourselves that issue. And then still use the Gleaming Force to deal damage to this guy, if we wanted to. Or just deal more damage here. The next bit I want to do is get this to start ramping my defense as well. So I can sacrifice blessings to get there. Like here, we just do this, and now everything is... The spells just give me 1 more armor, which is really useful. I do like this build. This build's working out tremendously well. Nice, it gave me a 3. Well, that 4 then goes here then. We don't waste 4s in a bad place, we waste them in a good place. Every time. And I keep giving myself more sapling die, and also, like, replacing the die I already have. Ooh, more 3s. That sounds delightful. Let's do this first, then. See how much we can ruin ourselves. So someone takes some damage. Take more damage, because I just want to deal with you and get you off the... You know... So I'm not dealing with you anymore. Type situation. Do we gain power for this? Might as well, actually. If I can. Yeah. I've got 25 3 times. Let's wait. I should be able to one-shot this thing. Next turn. When I say one-shot, it's more like cast the same spell twice, but still, like, it's still pretty good. So use 3s to trigger everything to upscale everything else, and use the 5s in the right place, get as many 6s as we can. We're done, so 6 and a 6. And do it again! I don't think anything outscales this build. Like, once we get set up. Afflictions, apply 1 more. 1 roll dice, every 12 spells cast is terrible. First dice you roll splits into 2. That's actually really good. I'll take Staff of Splitting. Bastion. I like this more. The Glint Glaive, though. Nah, we've done that before. Like, we've really taken it. Bastion, though. Does this work? It does take my spring into action, in my opinion. Just because I can cast it for 5s, and I do get a good amount of 5s. Let's take it. Sorry, spring into action. You were really good in general, but I just haven't upgraded you yet, and I don't feel like I'm going to get the opportunity to, so... I'm going to have to say, you're just going to have to disappear, my friend. Not bad odds, then you start with 2 power. They've already got enough power as it is. Enemy starting with that is fine. I do not mind that. And we've got to go this way. Which means we don't get 2, so we're going to the right first. Choose to gain a rune, lose stone-forged greaves, and gain a shard. I mean, my power gain is kind of sorted, and the shard is more useful, right? To either get this to scale more efficiently, or to start gaining the fortify as well. Even like doing a Gleaming Force, and that would be kind of slightly better. That's also already got the upgrade. Wild Strikes, rolling 6s to be triggering easier, or upgrade the extra hit. So Power's already got the upgrade. I mean, the power gain from this isn't... Like, it's still really good, but I think I can get more use out of the shard if I have 2 trigger on this all the time, right? And then the other one goes, like, here or something. I think, like, the solidify is the best way to go, and then we'll try and get this thing on here, and yeah. I think we got a plan. we are going to try our best. No matter how bad our best is. Now, let's just start triggering die first, and rolling stuff, and upgrading things, and usual things like that. Put a 5 in. Do the same thing again. Could put a 5 in, but I'd rather trigger it here to get the 3 back, and then maybe get another 5. I was going to say, that's going to trigger that, isn't it? And I'll be like, I can't have another 5. I think putting a 4 in here is good enough now, because 4s aren't exactly useful. That 3 and 3 can go there if you want, but before we do that, trigger the Gleaming Force. The 1 and the 2, trigger that again. Then we trigger this to gain my Fortify. Now I could use the 5, but there's no point. We are fully defended. Let's have fun. Suppress. I hate this suppress mechanic, like massively so, because it just applies broken on spells, which is just unfair, in my opinion. Like, how are you meant to play around that, right? You just don't. You have to just waste a 1 to get like a 1 back to trigger the... It's just, it's so anti-fun. Right? Or is that just me? Got rid of the 1/5 that I actually wanted to keep. We'll use this 3. At least maybe I'll get a 5 somewhere. I did get a 5. Cool. First of all, can we trigger the Gleaming Force and that? So we got a 6 and a 3. We can use the 4 and a 4, maybe. So yeah, we can trigger this. That triggers those. Do it again. We've got to keep the 5, so this here and this. To then increase this by 1. And deal more damage. Yeah. Should probably use that. Could have used this if I got the opportunity to use a 5, but this is what these dice are for, really, more than anything else. Is try and create 5s out of nothing. If I can create 5s, at least I can gain some defense when I need it and start scaling this up so I'm not taking like long-term damage. A 5. Thank you, my friend. I will take that 5 and I'll use it wisely. That's another 3. We can use that. Ah, thank you. I got another 5 just to make sure that I can actually do the thing I want to do. Anyway, 4. Another 4. This and a 3 to go there. And then I guess we just win, right? You know, just I do all my usual stuff being like, actually, do I win here? Yeah, I win here, don't I? I win here. Natural hardiness is kind of cool, but I've already got a better spell than that anyway. Do I reroll, or do I have a shop coming up? I do not have a shop on the way, so rerolling is a better option. Let's do that then. Fleeting Might is kind of cool. Do you remember that? Impure Offering. So when I receive a blessing, it triggers itself, and I receive a Vex. That lose a charge. No, it did not lose a charge. I can give it 2 charge. Oh, that's... no room. Disenchant a spell. Fine. Disenchanting. Twin Leaf. Rampart, you're gone as well. Just so we have extra space. Impure Offering. In you go. So... this is still like the attack I really want, but I want to put this in the build because it seems dumb. Just because I will gain like so many blessings that it will just trigger everything on repeat, right? We'll think about it, we'll think about it. Because I play it once, and with an upgrade, it would just play itself again and again, in theory, and again. So it would just cast itself 3 times or 2, which would be hilarious. How delightful in that game. Cool. Get some overflow triggers, we'll do that. Do it again, because that'll also give me a 3 back if it does land on the 3. And use the 5 first to get some armor. Use this again. It's like, of course you're going to land on the 5. Of course you'll land on the 5. Why wouldn't you land on the 5? Deal 5 damage, that triggers that. We get another blessing. Do it again to get the other blessing. I guess we're using this and this and this to gain armor and trigger that. I have 2 6s, so I could deal the damage, or I could just, like, get more blessing for next turn. No, we should do this. We should do the 18. If I hit the first one, then we're good. I can use this straight away. Cool. That's the reason why I wanted that, is to make sure that we didn't have the issue with, like, these scaling too quickly. So they do a lot of damage early, because I've already given lots of power, and I don't want them to have any more than what is the required. I swear that hits the 5 every single time. I mean, I should try and go for this first in the cast, but, you know, I prefer having more fun in scaling stuff, you know? I'm a guy that likes to build. That's the first one. Oh, that cast twice. Okay, so we just go this into this then. I have all my armor I ever need. Can't do anything with that, so we'll do that. Chuck that in there, and then pass. It scales up. And we have 1 blessing left over. Okay, so a 5 and a 5, just to make sure I have all the armor I ever need. I can't use the 6, so guess we'll just do that. And lose the 3. Put that 5 in there. That one goes there, then. I do like this quite a lot. Like, I do just got a lot of dice that I move through, and it's a lot of placements and stuff. Like, once you get it sorted and, like, set up, like, it is just so easy to, trigger everything that you want, right? That, and that, and that, even though that we technically already have the win. Gain 4, plus 2 to all spells. Interesting. Doesn't really belong in the build, but it is still, like, worth a lot of money, so... Okay, let's face off against this particular elite, which is the bonus one. Okay. Early on scaling, stuff like that, that's what we need to focus on, so let's do it. Get our 5s and everything else that we want. I will say this is kind of stupid that that landed in the way that it did several times over. It prevented me from even using a 5, but... What are you going to do, right? What are you going to do? Set that up and that up. Now we use 3, I guess, to at least gain some more blessing back. We'll use this 6. And then... I guess we're chucking both of those in there. So at least gain that in power, and then the blessing and the fortify, and yeah. And save this for next turn. All the 2s. Gotta love it. 5. Let's use this, just gain the armor while we can. Use this 3 so we're not having any issues. Another 2 in the wound section. Terrible. We'll trigger this then. I guess I do this, because like they still can pass on everything else and still grow, can't they? So it's still worthwhile. How much damage do I take? 10? It's actually worth casting this to prevent a damage loss. So I take less damage. Don't want to cast these then next turn. Don't want to go for the unstables. Just try and get defense if we can. I think this game hates me. Look at all the 4s I have and everything else as well that I just cannot use to get defense and stuff. No, just use this again. Do that again. Okay, that 5 just goes in there, gets me armor. That's all I care about to start with. And then deal damage there. Deal damage there. Chuck this 6 in and this. We are fully armored up. We don't have to worry about anything else. We don't have to, yeah. Pass the turn. I would just take the damage from that, because I'm getting so many 2s. Like, I don't think I've got as many 2s in, like, ever, right? Just do this then. To still get the dice back, theoretically, right? It's when you figure out the game is like really working its like overtime to try and make sure that you can't do anything. That doesn't win me the hit. I need to trigger this before I can do anything else. And then we'll do this and this. Who cares? I got a good amount of armor to try and make sure I don't die. What do I need here? Like 45-ish? Kind of? 47, isn't it? Well, let's just gain armor then. I use all the sapling die here just because I'm having awkward stuff again. No. My main thing is just get as much defense as I possibly can, so I just don't die, and then we'll worry about the rest of it later. A wound? Well, we're using you straight away then. 6s don't really go anywhere here, but we'll use 1 6 in there, 1 6 in there, and use a Gleaming Force twice. This is 27 damage. Cast the Crisis Sword. I mean, we have 1 now, right? I just need to be able to play the stuff I want to win. And we're done. We are done. Take my rewards. Soulstone. Which is technically the thing we need to do to be able to like win the game. So we do need to put this into the build. So I'll take it. More casts on this would be delightful, but I think just having the increase on this happen more often is better. Because 5s don't really do much else. Or just getting this triggered more often. I'm just rolling an extra die, would be pretty good. Yeah, I don't really roll 6s, so this is kind of out. The hits, though, could be interesting. I think this is the better way, right? And I think we take, for the final boss fight, when we come against it, I think I take out the So Power. Instantly end the turn, Edge of Insanity. Interesting. 40 gold, upgrade around the spell. Leaning Force got upgraded. Gives me now something random. Cool. Let's take this. Choose to gain a spell or just heal. I'll take the heal, to be honest. So, what are we getting rid of? Maybe the Blossom, actually? No, because this triggers this. So these two are kind of like a partnership together. Maybe it is this, and just like... Yeah. Or we take out Earth Song for it, just for the first fight. It's a debate, right? I need to kill the boss with it, whatever happens, right? This does not seem like a good start. Oh well. Oh well indeed. Yeah, it's just we're just doing this on repeat now. Maybe we'll get some like decent stuff out of it eventually. There we got a 5, cool. Trigger that first. Do we use the 3 here? I guess we have to use the 3, don't we? Gives me a 5. Use the 4. Gives me another 4, which you can't use anything with for this, so... And I guess I have to use this here, don't I? No, we can use this first. Get a 2, which gives me that. Chuck this in here. It gives me a 3 to go into there. And cast this, because that'll at least give me defense. Don't want to use the potion just yet. The other thing is, like, this can be really good, the volatile potion, so I'm kind of like holding on to that as much as I can. Try to give me that. Do this. Do that there. Use this. La da dee, la da da, la da da, la da dee. Do that there. Try and generate as many die as possible. Use the 5s here now to be like really cool and all that jazz. We have 3s, we have 6s, we have everything we need. What will we do? Try and take out the front guy. 22 damage to everything. Would be cool, but no. I have 2 blessings, so we should just get the defense while we can. Just do we wild strikes this? I take 7 damage, so using the potion is a good idea, or we try and take something out. Which I don't think is happening immediately. So we'd have to use this, and then hopefully roll like a really high value, which I don't have blessing. Oh, I will have blessing for. One off. Use the potion. I tried. Like, these casting the weakness and stuff is really annoying. I was also gaining the Fury as well for some odd reason. No idea why. I think they're giving Fury to everything, aren't they? Yeah. Weird. The silly stuff that humans do. Ooh, nice. The good news is, like, this defense now is just, like, sold on me. Like, there's nothing anyone can really do. The Bastion will just defend me against everything I ever needed to. And there's nothing much I need to worry about anymore. And I can just, like, take anything out that I need as well. I have 9 here. We could just trigger this and just do the 14 3 times as well, so... I don't need to worry about damage or anything else, so... Try and take something out. you out, I guess. And try and deal damage to you just so we can roll that extra die. So we get a 3 into a 5. I can put that here. That becomes a 6. Wants to kill that, but... Four on something. That's a 5. We'll use it. I guess that's the only disadvantage of this, is the fact that I can't generate odd die unless I generate odd die, right? Like that. And then if I, you know, if it just disappears, like what I'm meant to do with it. Can't call it a 5, thank you very much. Just to make sure I have the defense I need. They'll still think that's a kill on something, isn't it? But before we do that, 4. 3. Use that 4. And then 2 of these. Okay. Proliferate. Oh, I really would like that. I mean, I think I'll take it, because just, oh no, savagery. Nah, savagery's kind of a bit like, eh. It's still good, but it's 2 die worth, and I can cast it once. Proliferate is dumb, but yeah, okay, it is dumb. Don't take it. Don't be an idiot. Earthquake, kind of cool. I'll pick it up. Oh, I need to disenchant a spell if we're going to do that. What am I disenchanting? Perimeter strike then? Yeah. Earthquake could be useful. Okay, so. This is my defensive option, right? This is kind of a bonus with some extra bits, so we'll take that out. Solidify is something that's been removed. I hate the hat I do it that way, but I did. Choose to gain a spell would seem pointless. Just take some max life here. Is everything set up and in? Yes, we are. Let's face off against this dude. We got good scaling is the main thing, and we should be alright in longer fights. So what we'll do is trigger the Soul Stone once on him, and then we're done for the rest of that. We can focus on the rest of the things we need to do. Any 5 just immediately go into this though, and we need to make sure we have enough defense across the board. Do a 1 and a 2. Lots of 4s. Don't you dare land on that 5. I need that 5 to like survive and not like lose myself. That's terrible. Main thing is those trigger quite nicely. Now I don't need to worry about like actually using the blessings and stuff. I just need to just do the damage that I can. Another 5, brilliant. And then just like cast the rest of the die, and I'll even take even small amount of armor now. Broken on this, my friend. That is not what you want to be doing. 3s, 5s. Well, the 5 goes instantly there. We cast this, try and generate the 5. I guess I should be casting the 4s really then, shouldn't I? To try and generate 5s to get like 1s and that over it rather than using the 3s. Right. Like this 5 instantly goes there, use some of these other die to generate other more 5s and stuff. Because if I can do that, then I think I'm going to be better off in the long run. And then we'll just slowly ramp up Gleaming Force until we can get like a one-shot late game. It is kind of worth doing this. We get the die back. And it triggers that anyway. Cool. Once the soul stone's been used, though, we can no longer worry about it. And then this starts taking over. So 5 goes in there. Put a 1 in there then. 2 2s. Like, I mean, even if like chuck 6s in there at this point, like I think it might actually be more beneficial. Right? Does that seem like a really weird thing to think about? Just because I'll get more out of it in the long run. So that and a 2, I guess, can go in here. Apply that to you for the soul feed. And then, yeah. Gain power, use the power. That's a 5. I guess we'll just use this here, because might as well. This is going to generate more. Do it again, because, again, that's exactly what we want to be doing. And then chuck that in there. Look at the die I've generated! Good old saplings. Admittedly, my power gain isn't as strong. Because I'm only gaining like 1 per turn and whatever this casts, so like 3 per turn. But my defense is pretty much sorted, as well as the rest of the stuff. So, a 5. So it's not like I need to worry too much about it. We've already cast the Soul Stone now, so that's also another good option. Out the way. Yeah, Bastion is such a good defensive card. Like, if they don't kill me early, it's just game over. And I guess we're just going to chuck 3s in here then. Like, it's generally worth me keeping a 6 around, like in other ways, to be able to do more stuff with. Oh, yeah, that 6 can go in there. Yeah, we just chuck the 5 in there, I guess, then. Look at all these sapling die I've triggered, it's great. Do I just use this potion? Does 33 damage, doesn't trigger it. No. Yeah, I may, like, once this is set up, I don't even need the other one, but it's the power scaling I'm kind of using it for, right? I guess. I actually lost dice on that. That's dumb. Potion, 46 damage, doesn't trigger it, so... Yeah, okay, so before we start anything, where are all the 5s? Do we have any 5s? I don't have any 5s, so let's use these then. So a 5 goes there, that 5 goes there. Then we'll use another 4 in here again. Keep all the 3s, because that will generate 5s, or at least more likely to. Then chuck that in there. That 3 can go there. That 3 can go there. That 3 can also go there. That's another 5 that splits into more. I guess just use the 1s here. Use this. Oh, this is dumb. Look at this, I can actually cast this like twice and it doesn't do anything. It's hilarious. Oh yeah, I gotta cast this as well. My mistake. Guess chuck the 5 in there. So 4s we gotta keep. We'll chuck rid of 5s. They become 6s. We don't really want them. And 6s will just generate more die, which I don't really want either. But I guess we'll just check and get rid of them. Cool. So all the 4s should become 5s for next turn. 3s become 4s, which should be good for next turn. Yeah, I guess, yeah, the 4s are pretty good then, on not me doing anything else. So, the 5, the 5, and the 5. So we've got all my armor. The 4s must stay, and I guess we just use everything else then, don't we? this is the fun I was meant to have when I played this game today. It's going to be a long one, but still, we're still going to do it and, like, defeat the final boss as such again, and yeah. I think that is the ultimate plan. Use the 6, check that out there. I guess we'll just use this to just give me a gleaming die, which is still pretty good. That's a 5. Just start generating more 4s and stuff if we can. That's some 4s, brilliant. So just double check we don't ruin the 4. Nine damage, not enough. Yeah, once this Soul Stone triggers, like, I think we're just good. I don't even need to use the 5s here either, like, that's what the hilarious thing about it is now. Just triggered that one Gleaming Force. These swap phases. We'll just get more armor to make sure we don't die. Keep that around. Check out there, because we'll still get it back. We just do that again? No, I think we do this again to try and generate more. I think more die I have, the better off I'm going to be, right? At least in theory. In theory. So 25 damage 3 times, plus all the die that I just generated, which can do 38 damage if we wanted to, which we're not going to bother with that. We're just going to casually chip away, deal the damage, block everything with 1 dice. And then do 28 damage a lot of the time. That sounds like a brilliant idea. I didn't even need to worry. The void key has been assembled at the last moment. The pool has been opened. Let's go in. Good old Hazel does this all the time. A broken run where I just, like, do that. The unknown. Heal for some health. Thank you very much. Let's move on to a lake where we can lose the socket to gain gold. No. We can lose the potion or take 10 damage. I'll lose the potion. That is fine. Hey, losing this is pretty much like the whole thing. Oh yeah, we need to add Solidify back in. Just to make sure. Yeah, lose max life, gain a rune or gold. Lose 5 max life, pay 30 gold. We'll just pay 30 gold here. Bind their souls, enter a shop. If we bind their souls, what are we putting it on? Like, what's the thing that I want to upgrade? I guess Wild Strikes, to be honest. Yeah, I don't even think it was from the shop. Potions don't seem that great, and a rune. Yeah, we'll bind their souls. And this is... I mean, I could just do this on Wild Strikes just so I get it for, like, free. No, we take the extra hit, I think. Right? I mean, I could, like, do this and be absolutely hilarious, but... we'll give up a stupid combo for efficiency's sake. Pay 1 that to get Hand of Justice. Lose Earthquake, lose Terraform. Take 59, we'll lose Earthquake. That's fine. Yeah, Earthquake is something I didn't need. I was going to say that, I'm just like I'd be an idiot. Lose 2 spells, receive a 2-point multiplier, receive Precision, enemies deal double damage when on full health. I have a chance to gain that. What to get? 2-point modifier. Every 5th non-enchant die becomes a Vex die. Eh. Wrong one, but lose a spell. Do we have to choose or take 5 damage? Let's take 5 damage. And let's go for a boss bell. So if I'm correct, we move from one to the other, so my power scaling should stay the same? I don't know. We'll figure this out, but... the main thing is we want to attack the open-eyed one first and deal with him, and then worry about the rest of them afterwards. And try and stack up as much of a defense I can early on. If it's all possible. Do that. We might get a 4 back. Do it again. We get a 5. That's good. That's exactly what we wanted. So we've got as much armor as I can get to start with. And then we use the 3. Or almost as much armor as I can get to start with. And then I guess we just gotta cast this. Actually, do we just gain power? No, we gotta hit this, because the power we get from this is still pretty good, right? And do we keep the 4, or do we just gain more for this? Hmm. Seven. That is pretty good. That's a lot of damage on us, but we can work it out. We can work it out. Main thing is try and kill this thing as quickly as possible. So, again, 5 goes there. A 1, a 1, and a 1, just so all the Vex die are gone. Oh, I really like to keep this 5 and use it immediately, but I need it to kind of help generate more die. Okay, this one I can use though. Same again, same issue, but oh well. Cool, and that should be a lot of defense, in a way. And then some Gleaming Force. That's a lot of damage on that. I probably want to take it to that one, so that one deals it instead. So, yeah, I guess we're just going to attack this one. We've got our 2 Blessing. And then we just use this to gain some more armor, right? And then we go down quite a lot. Yeah, it's fine. Oh, I should use the one. Then we use the Wild Strikes to gain, like, Life Steal when we can. I knew it. I knew it was going to do that. Just how annoying is that? Just like the one thing I didn't want it to hit and it instantly just goes for it. So we're fully defended with just that one anyway, so it's still pretty good. Again, we'll use the 4, maybe that'll get me something decent. Does not, so we do this again. I'm gonna do this. Maybe I can get like something decent out of it, like another 5. We do get another 5, so that triggers that. So we can keep this around because I don't want to waste it. Another Gleaming Force can go there. Do that again on this guy because he's just gaining power for the moment. Get a 3 and a 5. Use the 5. That becomes a 6, and that will generate 2 die next turn. Cool. We'd like to trigger this, but hey, beggars can't be choosers, and I'm not going to worry about that. Okay, cast this first, get my 1 defense. 5 and a 5, just get as much defense as possible. The 3 can go in here, because I hate it. And then you start using 4s, yeah. Another 3 on that will cause at least a weird thing to happen. Use the 3 here to try and generate more die again. We do not. I am fully defended, I believe. I can make sure we're fully defended by attacking this guy. And causing him to kind of do the thing. And pass turn. Okay. I think my Bastion is up to a level where it's, like, pretty decent. Like, I shouldn't have to worry about causing any other trouble with it. In theory. Nice, another 5. Take that. Put that in there. Another 5. I will do this, because I might get an overflow trigger, that's what I wanted. The fact that landed there again is hilarious to me, right? Cool. So, I guess we're triggering this on this guy to make sure that he's my target. I guess we triggered this again. Get more armor, so we're in good state, and then pass the turn. And then Wild Strikes will deal like stupid damage if they haven't got defense, and then we just do whatever needs to afterwards, right? I think that's the trigger that we need to do, is just trigger this to go. So... how are we going to do it? Armor. I guess we're doing this, this, and this. And we should use that first. Almost at full health. Cool. Again, we chuck 5s in there just to trigger that. Chuck this 5 in here. Do we need the armor? Not really. Because we can kill that guy off anyway, right? So let's just trigger this then. I'm really thinking about this. Like, you know, I don't want to do something stupid and lose because I was, like, you know, getting cocky and all that. Is, like, the main point, right? Kill that guy off. Use the 3 here to kill that guy off as well. Yeah. I think we're safe. This guy can't deal enough damage to even get through one cast of Bastion by the looks of it, so... I think I'm in a good state. In a good position. Nothing to worry about. 1, and a 1. Lots of 5s. And again. Use this. I think the main thing is, like, triggering everything in a fashion that allows you just to make sure that you can always win, right? Now we'll just cast this, we win. On this one, anyway. We keep these die, I believe. Maybe. Don't know. Was it reset everything? It resets everything, doesn't it? I'm disappointed by that. An instant reset. I'd love to continue power scaling on this, but... Okay. So I need to try and defend myself, which is probably not going to happen. So let's try and generate some 1s. Then use a 6, because A5 is way too good. Do the same again here. Get the extra 5, that is good. I turn that to a 6 and then it re-rolls itself anyway, doesn't it? So I might as well just cast it somewhere else, but I get the extra die though. 2 4s, we're going to actually cast this twice, and that also rolled in something else. I think actually it's better to not cast this and just get the 9 defense here. Right? Yeah. Seems weird to think about, but it is actually better to do that. Okay, what are we doing here? I guess we're just doing this, and then this. That's a 5. Just go straight in there, please. A 2. Straight at 3 to then use this and maybe get a 5. Does not get a 5, so I'll chuck the 6 in there instead. I will get 5s. One way or the other, I will get some 5s. Can't get any more, so that's fine. Unless we can roll this into it, which is actually a pretty good idea. And if we don't, we can always try and build this up as well. So there's a 6. Yeah. Fine, let's sacrifice that. Okay. There we go. It's getting more and more poignant as such, so... Do have to try and kill this thing off to just prevent the watching from triggering, really. But... how are we going to do that? I swear this game, man. The annoying point for me is just the fact that, like, if I roll a 5, it will just keep taking 5s away from me. That's the bit that frustrates me the most. And I'm like, oh, come on. Like, you didn't need to do that. That is a lot of damage I'm taking, though. And I can fully block it, but then I get the watching on me, which is not great. I should defend. I gain power as well, I get the blessing. Yeah. Maybe I can take this thing out. I don't really roll that many die, so... The watching on dice spent deal 2 damage, yeah. So we'll do this first to make sure we're safe. Then we'll cast this, which will generate at least maybe a 5. So we can do that again. Do that again. Get rid of the 4 because I don't care about it. I think we chuck a 2 in here, to be honest. And then chuck this 4 in here. That's a 5, so let's use that. So now I should be able to outscale damage sources and stuff, so we should be in an okay state. And then we'll attack that. Deal that and that there. I think that's it then, right? I don't think we need to do anything else. Actually, no, we can do this. That's a good idea. Ooh, well... As long as I got, like, 5s and stuff, like, I'm still useful, so... Like, it's not terrible. Right? Like, that's the main thing. Let's just chuck this in there. These will generate more dice anyway. It just becomes straight up a 5. I think I should just do the damage here as much as I can do. Try and take this thing out so I don't, like, keep taking damage from it. I'm not quite overpowered as I thought I was coming into this, so... A slight disappointment. But then again, like, not a bad disappointment, really, when you think about it, right? I think I still always do this, right? 5, nice. Because getting this up in defense is so much better. Hmm. 2 4s. Well, kill you off, because I just don't want to deal with that anymore. Put that in there, so I have some way to get actual some benefit out of it. Turn that into a 3. So it's, you know, less of a waste if I do put it somewhere dumb. Keep going with the Gleaming Force. And, yeah. Gain more setup, I think. Like, the main thing is, like, eventually Wild Strikes will do a lot of damage, right? This is also doing 30, so I can almost kill one of these in, like, 1 turn as well. So that's, like, the other thing you gotta remember. And that's all I'm trying to do is set up a good point of which I can, like, take stuff out with. Really, game. And this is the way we're going to play it, is it? This is the way we're going to play it. Just the amount of times I keep hitting 5s and in like a bad way as well is kind of ridiculous. I will admit that. It is just, it's getting kind of funny now. That is a 3. I guess I'll use this straight away. 6. And 3 can go there. Nice. And we are fully defended. Okay. I think I'm pretty much invulnerable now, unless they kind of like get some really drastic weird stuff happening consistently. Because the Bastion pretty much sets me up, like, straight away. I was gonna say, yeah, you've got to overflow, my friend, because, like, you're terrible for me, so... Sorry, pettiness. The game has got to keep putting me in my place, because that's, like, the better option than it ever can do anywhere else. That's a 5 there. Use that 3 here. Do that damage here. I guess we just get rid of the 1s, don't we? I guess we keep them. Like, they're worth 2 next turn, so... And I don't have to worry about anything else, so... Like, it doesn't scale enough offense quick enough for it to actually deal any sort of issue. Take damage there for that, though. And then trigger this. Another 5. Guess we keep that 6 around, use this 4 then. Yeah, I was gonna say you have to hit that 5 because I just got it, so. God, I am being salty over this game. I am being so salty. But we are getting there as far as anything else goes. Ooh, 6 that goes to 5 and that. Okay. That can go there, that can go there. And then I guess we'll just generate some extra value out of these. Before moving on. Yes, 4th core. The progenitor. You will be destroyed. Like, I'm going to take a while to do it, but, you know, eventually I will just completely annihilate you for no reason. It's all okay. It's all done with love. I think it's the only problem with this game. Like, once you get a setup like this, like, you know you've kind of now points where you've won. It's just like, you've got to go through the motions and do it all, right? I can go there. Guess we check a 3 to get some odds out. Do it again. There's a 5, cool. Just to make sure I am defended, and we're scaling this as much as possible. Because I want like one die to be able to deal with this quite nicely. 2 6s. Deal the damage. Trigger that 44. Put that in there. Put that in there to get the armor. That and a 1. I guess I'll just put the 4 in there. No, the 4 becomes a 5 next turn, so it's better to do this. I mean, it isn't, but because it'll come a 5 now, and I could just get the defense, but eh. Having lots of power is never a bad thing. What are we at now? 44 power. I'm just tempted to cast this to make sure I don't take damage when I get armor. like that's how particular I've become now. Is the fact that I'd rather cast something immediately so I don't have to pay the power costs when I take damage from the stupid thing. Yeah, I don't actually need the 5 now. I'd rather have more dice around, so that's what we're doing this way. Do this again. So I'm fully defended, so the main thing is just having more dice to spend now to kill this thing off straight away. And there we go. Almost can kill this in one shot again. I could have actually probably killed it this turn, but you know, I'm a moron, so I'm allowed to do stuff like that. An 8 to go in there, which will generate 7, which you can do that and that. And then I guess we just leave that, because that's what, 6 and 10, so I can't really do anything else. But until the next turn, without much of a struggle. Hey, not bad. Not bad at all. A full victory. We shall continue. Good old Hazel. That was brilliant. And a stage 2 win as well. Gotta remember that. That is our build and what we had a set with. I do think the Solidify actually worked really well. Just giving me the extra bit with Bastion, just to make sure that once I was scaling quick enough to make sure I could outscale opponents, and the Gleaming Force to help with the power gain and everything else. Like I got a really good run there. You know, a really, really good run. But yeah, that's it for this one. So yeah, again, if you do enjoy these videos, do leave a like, subscribe to see more, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care.